Man, know thyself. What if the greatest wisdom isn't about knowing the world, but about knowing yourself? This phrase, man, know thyself, was carved out in the temple of Apollo about 2,000 years ago. You might want to ask, what does that mean for us today? Now, you see, in the world that we are in, there's chaos around. Like, we're living in 2 times speed without even knowing ourselves. Welcome to my channel if this is your first time. So subscribe, like as we dive into this wonderful topic, man, know thyself. So we're going to break this topic into 4. Now, man, know thyself, we're going to see how we could be better individuals by discovering ourselves. So we're going to break this topic into 4 so we could see how we can be better. Firstly, we're going to talk about self-awareness. Then secondly, we're going to talk about humility. Then we're going to talk about authenticity and then purpose. Now let's dive in. Self-awareness. Self-awareness. How well do we know ourselves? So we're going to be reflecting on our thoughts. We're going to be reflecting on our strength and our weaknesses. Reflecting on your strength is knowing the things that you can do. This is me, David, okay? I'm not too muscular, but yeah, I know I can carry, let's say, a 50 kg weight or something. I'm aware of my strength. Not just strength in physical abilities, also strength in what? Spiritual and even emotional abilities. Strength in your academics, strength in your place of work. What do you think makes you stand out? What do you think is that thing that you have that you say, oh, this is what makes me me. This is my strength. Whenever I am in this position, I will perform well, I will do well, and I'll make it stand out. What is that thing that you have that makes you stand out, that make you find your person? That is strength. We can find our strength maybe in academics. Some of us, we could have our strength in AP biology and not chemistry. That's our strength. But also in self-awareness, you must also know your weaknesses. You should know where you are not too good at. That is it. You should tell yourself, oh, I'm good at AP biology. I'm not too good at chemistry, but I could do better. You get me? So that is self-awareness. You know your strength, you know your weaknesses, and you also reflect on your habits, the things that you do consistently. What do you do consistently? What do you do every day? What do you do in a routine? Like, oh, you wake up in the morning, what do? You just jump and slide to your phone, or you wake up in the morning and you have a routine of activities to get done with. So that is what self-awareness is all about. We're going to reflect on our strength, we're going to reflect on our weaknesses, we're going to reflect on our habits and the things that we can do. That is self-awareness. So it's not just about reflecting on the things that you can do. What do you do about it? When you know that this is my strength, let's put it in the academics department. Let's say, oh yeah, we're students now. Now we're talking about what we are good at. I'm good at AP biology. Am I going to stop and say, no, I'm good at this thing, I'm not going to read it again? No, that's not what we do. To know yourself, to get to know yourself. When you're good at AP biology, you get better at it. When you're better at AP biology, you be the best at it. That's how you can cultivate yourself. Now, what do we do about our weaknesses? Is it that, people nowadays, we just kind of feel so free and we feel too entitled that we tell you, oh, this is my weakness, and they don't even find a way to get better at it. No, it's not you. Don't say this is who I am. This is who you are, but that does not mean it can't change. This is who you are, but that does not mean it cannot get better. So check your weaknesses. You write it down. Say, oh, let's say in the academics, I'm not good at chemistry. You put it down. Oh, let's say other areas of life. Let's say you want to learn video editing. I'm not good at video editing. You put it down. And you tell yourself, what am I going to do to make these weaknesses get better? You're going to put in the work. You're going to tell yourself, I'm not good at this. When you see in life, the moment you are truthful to yourself, okay, that's humility now. But the moment you're truthful to yourself, that's the beginning of change. The moment you just get to be truthful, you're just like, okay, I know I'm not good at this. That's the beginning of change. That's where in your weaknesses, you have to note it down. You have to take deliberate steps and deliberate actions to get yourself together and be better at it. Now, the next step we're going to be looking at is humility. Humility is just like a continuation from self-awareness. Humility is you're acknowledging where you are not good at. Oh, I'm not yet where I need to be at this era of my life. You are truthful to yourself. You have to tell yourself the truth. Remember, the topic says, man, know thyself. For you to know yourself, you have to be truthful to yourself. You're telling yourself, oh, I think I'm not good at this thing. And that's the first step. Remember, we said that knowing that you are not good at something, knowing that you can be better at something is the beginning of change. So when we know that, yeah, we are not good at this thing, we humble ourselves to tell ourselves the truth that we could be better at this thing. That is humility. Humility is also us coming to meet people that are above us, people that are ahead of us, to learn and learn well. You get me? So you see people above you, you learn and you learn well. You don't get jealous when you see people above you, people in your area of calling, people in your field, people at your workplace, people maybe seniors in your schools and all that. You don't just see them and be like, oh, what does he think he's doing? Getting straight A's, oh, employee of the month, who is he? You don't do that. For you to learn, you have to humble yourself, get under their tutelage and learn well. You are not just going under them, you're going under them with the motive, with the intentions of learning. Intentions of learning. You get me? So that is humility. We should know our strength from self-awareness, know our weaknesses, and how do we get our weaknesses to become strength is when we know ourselves and we tell ourselves the truth. That is humility. Tell ourselves the truth that, oh, this could be better. And we try to check and learn from people who are above us. Now, the next one is authenticity. Authenticity. How do we become authentic? How do we become who we are? Now, I'd like to say this, that for you to become you, you have to have this face. Not just the face, you have to have this body. You have to talk the way you talk. You have to think the way you think. And you have to live the way only you live. That is how to be authentic. Do you get me? So for you to be authentic, you have to be you. You have to have your own principles, your own values, your own things that you believe in, the things that only you have called out. You've taken your pen, you've taken your paper, and you've said, this is my principles, this is what I live by. That is authenticity. That is how you can be you. Not copying anyone else. Oh, you see this and you be like, oh, I want to do it. You don't allow society pressure you into being who you are. You have to discover yourself. You have to be true. You have to find your own purpose. You have to find your own values. You have to find the things that you alone wants to do. Find your own principles. Find your own values and live by them. Many a times we watch movies, yeah? Many a times we watch movies, yeah? And we like, oh, this is what this movie. We can learn from movies, but that does not mean we should turn ourselves into movie characters. No. Find who you are. Be authentic. Be true to yourself and find your own values and purpose. Find your own values and principles and live by them. Abide by them. Let people see you and be like, no, this guy, this is what he lives by. This is what he believes in. And you don't bend. You get me? You should follow it. This is what he lives by. And everybody would know that, yes, he lives by this. You don't go over, you don't do things. Let's say people are not around. Oh, everybody knows you. Oh, this guy, he's a scholar. He lives by these rules. He lives by this purpose. And when nobody's there, you're doing otherwise. No, you don't go back on your promises. You don't go back on your principles. You don't go back on your values. You can shaping them to become better. But when you know that these values are good, these principles are helping your life, you don't go back on them. You live by it. That's how to be a disciplined man. That's how to know yourself. That's how to get better. That's how we can become better person. Now, the last thing we're going to be talking about under this wonderful topic, man, know thyself, is purpose. Now, what is purpose? I know a lot of people have said, oh, my purpose in life is to heal the sick. My purpose in life is to maybe plant 1,000 apples. Or my purpose in life is to maybe give sight to the blind. Yeah. But how do you find your purpose? It's simple. I'll tell you that finding your purpose is simply finding the things that gives you desires, the things that intrigues you, the things that when you're doing, you're enjoying them. Streamline your desires and your motivations and you find your purpose. I take it again. Streamline your motivations and your desires and you find your purpose. What do you enjoy doing? What are the things that you enjoy doing? Now, please, I'll take a step back and I'll tell you this. When I say things that you enjoy, the things that you desire, I'm not talking of the things, the exuberant things. No, I'm not talking of those things. I'm not talking of, oh yeah, I enjoy going to party a lot. I enjoy not things that are not productive. The productive things. You get me? The productive things that you enjoy doing, that you desire for. The productive things that you find motivations in. That is your purpose. If you streamline them together, you find your purpose. You get me? If you streamline them together, you find who you really are. You find what you came to this life to really do. So when we streamline our motivations, streamline our desires, put it into an equation, I bet you it's going to give us our purpose. So our motivations, our desires, and productivity, we have to make sure they are productive things. We find our purpose. So we're going to go over it again. First is self-awareness. Know who you are. Know your strength. Know your weaknesses. Secondly is humility. Be humble. Be humble. Learn from people above you. Don't get jealous of them. And thirdly, we said authenticity. Find your own principles that you live and abide to. Find your own value. And lastly, we said your purpose. So when you streamline your motivations and your desires, you find your purpose. Now, some of all these things I've said, they might look a bit cumbersome. How do we get to do these things? We can start little by little. Start from a 1 minute yoga to think. Use 30 seconds or 10 seconds self-awareness. Another 10 seconds, think about how you can be humble. Another 10 seconds or 20 seconds, think about your authenticity. Think about the principles you can live and abide to. And you could use the remaining time to think about your motivations and desires and streamline them into your purpose. Every day, we should be accountable to ourselves. Every day, we should be accountable to ourselves. We can do this. I encourage journaling. It helps a lot. It clears your mind. It makes you find your purpose. You journal. You write. You journal. You get me? You write about who you are. Write. Who do you want to see yourself? Write. What do you think are your motivations? Write. What do you think are the desires of your heart? The things that your heart longs for. And when we put all these things together, we begin to find ourselves. We begin to see our true selves. Sometimes many people, they just come to life and they live life. They don't live. I don't want you not to live. People, please, familia, we have to live. And living life, a life worth living, a life of productivity, and a life that we enjoy because we found our purpose. We have to follow these 4 steps and live. We have to know ourselves. We have to find ourselves. I'm going to end this by saying, the world is full of noise. The greatest discovery you can ever make is the one within. So before you try to conquer the world, conquer yourself. Now, if you find this video enlightening or made you get better or entertaining, interesting in any way, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And see you in the next video. Until that time, my name is David, and I love you all. Let's just get it done. Goodbye.